Guys, I come across an image today on social media. Actually, Gary V put it up and I really liked it. It caught my attention. I thought I'd like to make a prompt that when I find an image that I really like, to create a prompt that would give me that same feel, that same emotion as the image, but give it to me in 3 different variations. So I came up with a prompt today. I want to share it with you. So right here's the prompt. It's very long. I will drop it in the post for you so that you can copy and paste it. Here is the image. Bring that up that I really liked. Let's see. Here it is. This is the exact image. Whoops, take that one out. That Gary V had up. So put this prompt in, and we're using Perplexity here, and I'll tell you why we're doing that in just a minute. So what I want this to do is to output 3 different images. If you look through here, have its role, and then critical rules, I want 3 images. So here is what you're going to find to be very difficult using other LLMs outside of Perplexity, such as Chat, Gemini, etc. They are very stubborn and do not want to produce more than 1 image. Perplexity, however, is great at it. So let's go ahead and run this prompt through on this image. So you'll see in here while we're waiting, I've given it references. Now you can tweak this to however you want it. So you'll see here, I'm doing all of these in 4 or 5. So you can easily go in and change this to 916 or whatever size you want. It is going to output all these as PNGs, match the mood, palette, lighting, emotional energy of the uploaded reference photo. This prompt is designed to work with a reference photo. So here are the styles that I've put in, and you can change these if you'd like to. There's a cinematic photographic style, 4K photography. There's a typograph style. And then here there's a futuristic 3D render style that I've done. So you'll see here, it's already generated the first image, now it's on the second image. And this is what I love about Perplexity, is that it will generate 3, it'll generate 4, it'll generate 5 images, whatever you tell it to do. If you put this prompt, and I just tested it just to make sure, if you put this prompt in Gemini or ChatGPT, and most likely most any other LLM, it is going to be stubborn and just give you 1. Perplexity is really good at giving you multiple images in 1 prompt. So it's working through the 3 styles here. There's the second one. And this is just to give you some options. When you see an image you really like online, it just gives you some different options to use, rather than just spitting out something that's just very similar to what you've seen. And what you're going to find is the first image here, the way it's set up and the way it's prompted, is going to be very similar to the image that you upload as a reference. The other 2, the second, third images this will give you, are going to be a little different. So all this can be tweaked to your liking, but this is a real good foundation prompt for you to begin with. You'll see here, generating, let's see. All right, so there is the 3D futuristic render of this. Now you could go in and add text to this, probably tell this at this point to go in and add text if you wanted to. Obviously, like anything else, there's 100 different ways to go about doing it. So you'll see this is photo 1. This is very similar to our reference photo that we put in. So the way you get to your photos in Perplexity is you go down here to Assets, and you can look at the images from here. So there's that one, very, very similar to the original photo. So what you're going to do is you're going to long press that, download image. It will download it to your gallery. Go to the second image. Here's the second one. You're going to long press that, download that image. Go to your third image, and same thing, long press that, download image. Now all those are in your gallery. So this prompt, like I said, I'll put it in the post or the comments. It works very well for keeping that feel with your first image, and then with the second, third, gives you a couple of different options there. Here's one really cool thing with Perplexity, other than the fact that it will give you 3 images if you ask it to. If you go over here to your settings in Perplexity, go down to image generation model underneath profile here. So it's in default mode. I let Perplexity pick which image generation model it will use for these. It will pick what it feels is the best ones to produce what you want. However, with that said, you'll see here I can change it specifically to just do Nano Banana Pro. I can change it to do just Nano Banana. I can change it to Seedream 4.5. I can change it to GPT-1. Right? These are all top image generation models. But if you leave it at default, Perplexity is really good about picking the best one for you. This is the awesome thing with Perplexity, guys. If you use Gemini, you're going to have access to Nano Banana Pro and Nano Banana, but not to Seedream or to GPT-1. If you use ChatGPT, you'll have access to GPT Image 1. You're not going to have access to Seedream or Nano Banana. This is one of the things I love about Perplexity, is that you just have so many more options. And of course, with the models, same thing. So here, most of the time I leave it on best, but let's say if I'm wanting to write some code and I know that Claude is the best at code writing, I'll go straight to Claude and use that as my model. We'll go to thinking, and there you go, bam. I've got Claude now running as the only model in Perplexity. Sonar is a fast model, that's a Perplexity model. You have ChatGPT 5.4, Gemini 3.1 Pro, Claude Sonnet 6. Claude Opus 4.6 is only available in the Max subscription, which is $200 a month. And then they also use Kimi, which is an amazing model out of China and is right up there with the other big name LLMs. It does a great job. So real quick tip on how you can take an image that you see and put in this prompt and give you some different feels and vibes of that image to use in your content generation.